Evidence of a witch hunt? Well, President Trump says the coming release of documents and texts related to the FBI's Russia probe could provide evidence that the FBI probe was a political conspiracy. Here's what the president said today. I hope to be able to put this up as one of my crowning achievements, that I was able to expose something that is truly a cancer in our country. Here with more is Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton, who's done more than just about anybody in the private sector to reveal what's been going on. Tom, first of all, what do you think of what the president said?
Oh, I think he's right. I think it's a significant anti-corruption move. It's an heroic move. It's an historic move. I'm not aware of any prior president taking a personal interest in accountability for government agencies that he's responsible for. And he's doing it over the objections, I guarantee you, of all the lawyers advising him, all the deep staters advising him, and probably his own appointees in the various agencies. And I mean, credit to him for taking this initiative, because we don't know what's in the documents. He doesn't know what's in the documents, but he does know that transparency is the best disinfectant.
Well, and what we do know so far is revealing enough about what was happening with the FBI and what was happening with Bruce Orr at the DOJ, sharing a political hack job on Donald Trump, sharing it with the FBI even before the Russia probe began. But the point is, and I think this is what the president was getting at, there's nothing more dangerous for a democracy like ours than if the FBI puts political interests above the rule of law. That is extraordinarily dangerous.
Peter Strzok and Lisa Page were two key FBI officials involved in both the Clinton email investigation and the investigation targeting Donald Trump. They didn't like Donald Trump. Mr. Strzok made it clear his agenda included misusing the FBI to target someone he didn't like politically. Yeah. And it's beyond me, and this is why I'm sure the president's upset with Jeff Sessions for, among other reasons, that Strzok is under criminal investigation for abuse of his office there.
Now, let me ask you about the declassified documents. There is some question about whether the DOJ or the FBI or both will try to redact certain information that the president himself says he doesn't want redacted. How's that going to end up?
Oh, it's going to slow things down if they push back and say, hey, you need to reconsider this. But I hope in the end the White House makes the decisions and not the agencies, because the agencies are too self-interested here. There's a conflict of interest in the Justice Department exposing corruption about themselves. We saw this in the FISA warrants. You know, typically those materials are never made public. And because of the president's, again, personal involvement earlier this year, Judicial Watch was able to get the warrants that showed that the DNC Clinton dossier was misleadingly used to get spy warrants to target the Trump team. And, you know,
our Catherine Herridge, about whether or not there's classified stuff in the texts that have yet to be revealed and that may be unclassified by the president, texts are not supposed to have any classified information in them. If they do, somebody should go to jail, because they would be violating laws that's supposed to keep classified stuff out of texts, right?
That's exactly right. And if there's truly classified information, I'm sure the president and the White House will take a look at it and make sure it doesn't get out. It's not a, you know, the president's order isn't a suicide pact. Nothing inappropriate is going to be released as a result of the president's order. And leftists and media, who presumably are on the side of transparency, who suggest otherwise, are being dishonest. They don't want more information like came out about the dossier through the FISA warrants that were released, showing the corruption behind the FISA process. Because those who have read the documents, like Devin Nunes and Bob Goodlatte, who runs the Judiciary Committee, they know there's no classified information that they're asking. Well, and it's the only time they know it's corruption, though.
It's the only time in my lifetime I've seen a bunch of journalists scream about something being released. I mean, you know, journalists, it's our job to release information, not to keep it hidden up. But final quick question. We only have a couple of seconds. Jeff Sessions, the president said, I don't have an attorney general. How does that end up?
Oh, I think it ultimately ends up with the new attorney general. I just don't see how that goes on for so. Look, with this president, you never know when. I wouldn't necessarily presume he's going to, quote, wait till after the elections to make a change. He's terribly unhappy with them. It's quite evident. You know, how many signals do you need to hear that he's looking to make a change there?
Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch. Tom, great to see you. Thank you very much.